Engineowning, one of the most popular Call of Duty cheats, has expanded to Counter-Strike, which is kind of crazy, honestly. So we're going to go look over Engineowning's Counter-Strike 2 cheat right now. If you guys want to try out the cheat for yourself, engineowning.to is the website. It says that they're doing a free thing when you initially launch, but I don't think that's true anymore. 3 days is €3, 30 days is €8, and 180 days is 36 euros, about there. I haven't taken a look at the cheat beforehand at all, so let's get right into it. First of all, with the download here, we're just gonna pick, oh, they have 4 servers to download from. Very cool. And there we go. Now we just gotta export this right here, and we have our loader, I believe. All right, and here we are. The only thing here is initial release, which was 2 days ago. I'm a little late on this, but that's all right. I got a 3-day sub because I want to test it out before I commit to anything. I don't know what this looks like. I don't know what it's gonna have in it. Let's load it up and find out. All right, we just got this pop-up. Press OK and launch the game afterwards. I can do that. So yeah, Engineowning is one of the most popular COD cheats out there, if not the most popular COD cheat. And it's interesting to see them expanding to CS. I assume it's because of all the hype around the game, but here we are. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to take to inject or what the keybind is, so I guess we'll find out. I think I'm going to try insert first. Insert doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, there we go. Okay, got the menu open, and it is insert, actually. It just didn't load in yet. So this is Engineowning on CS2. If we look at the tabs here, we see visuals and settings. So they have a config system, but they only have visuals in the cheat. So they don't have any aimbot or anything. All right, let's get into a game here, test out some of the visuals, see what they're all about. All right, so here we are in game. These are the visuals. They're apparently on by default, which, I mean, is fine, I guess, but they don't look great. I don't love these visuals, to be fair, but they are visuals. They are working. So, I mean, that's a plus, obviously. I guess we can go ahead and play around with some of these. So let me get this guy right here. Open up this menu. Oh, okay, that's a bug. Okay, so when you're in game, you can't move the menu around, I don't believe, which is kind of a problem, but that's fine because we can just do this. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, yeah, so that'll do it. Okay, so activation type, you can do always on, when dead, or on key, and you can set an ESP key, obviously, if you really want to. Okay, so in world, they have activate, which I assume is just generally activating the entire thing. Weapons, grenades, bomb info, and name. Is name part of, what is name? I think name might be the name of the gun. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, name is the name of the gun on the ground, but weapons also is? That doesn't make any sense, but okay. And I'll put a video up on screen of the bomb info right now. I want to do it at the end, but I want to include it now, so you guys are getting a video on screen. Looks like they also have grenades, so let me go and try to buy a grenade. I assume this is just gonna be the name of the grenade, but we can try it out. Yeah, it looks like just the name of the grenade, and then they also have this little ticker here to let you know how long the grenade has left on it. Does it have that? Doesn't have that with flashbang, and it just says grenade for flashbang, but it says smoke here, so that's a little bit confusing. That says grenade, that's correct. And this is what the Molotov looks like. It says fire, and again, it has that bar on it. So yeah, it looks like just the flashbang doesn't say flash, but grenade ESP seems to be working, so that's not necessarily a problem. Okay, over at players, we have activate, which activates the entire thing. You can set it to enemies only, or also, I assume, have teammates. Visible only. Let's just make sure this works really quickly. It does. Okay, so visual only does work. And box is default set to this corner thing here, so if you don't like that, you don't like that. I'm personally okay with it. It just looks a bit chunky when you're far away. See, all the ESP kind of just, I don't know, it just looks a little chunky when you're a bit far, but that's all right. Over here with fill alpha, you can change the box fill, which I think is interesting. So you can make it 100%, I guess, or 255 if you want, but I think I'm gonna leave that one on 0. Okay, so health bar is the green one. Health is counted up here as a flag. Armor bar is the blue one right here. Ammo bar is the orange one. Name ESP we know is right up here. Skeleton, looks like skeleton. Yep, I mean, that sounds about right. And weapon ESP is also correct. So the visuals are obviously a little buggy right here. You guys can see the visuals are offset from this guy right here. I think that's just because of my perspective though, like if I turn towards him, but that's something that they would surely want to fix. But I think that's it for visuals. My only complaint really is the lack of features in the cheat. I feel like if you want to have something that pops as a legit cheat, you're going to want banging visuals, and these visuals just are not it for me. Also, you can't change the color whatsoever. There's no customization really. You just have on and off switches. But let's go ahead, try to make a config real quick, see if that actually works. Okay, so in order to make a config, you need to type your config name down here and then press refresh configs. There's no add button apparently, it's just refreshing the config. But let's go ahead, set all of this up real quick. Let's just do that, sure. And we'll throw on skeleton. All right, let me save this config, save it again just in case. Now let's change up these, hit load. Looks like config saving works, so that's good, that's a plus. All right, so that's basically engine owning. That's it entirely. There's nothing else right now. Obviously, I assume they're gonna add more in the future. I just wish the initial release had a bit more, but they are new to CS in general. But they also have made a bunch of cheats for a bunch of different providers. So I don't know why it's so basic in a sense. Maybe it was time constraint. They wanted to get it out as quick as possible to match the hype, but either way, it technically works. Let's talk about pricing though. So $3 for 3 days is a bit strange, and you don't see that too often with CS cheats. You'll see it with other games, but not CS cheats necessarily. I think if you're looking to try something, it might be a viable solution, but honestly, there are free cheats that are undetected right now, and there are cheats that are out that are cheaper than this for a month that are way better. Go look around before you settle on engine owning. Their 1 month is €8 a month, which it's fairly cheap, but it's not great with what you're getting, right? And that goes with the 180-day sub as well. Now, something to note is, I don't know if this is allowed, but you can do this. If I go over here and I go to inject another cheat, you can see that that has completely worked. So this is something called double injecting. It's not super common, but this will allow you to have aimbot and visuals at the same time. So the cheat that I'm using right now is some free external cheat. I don't know if it's actually external, but it says it's external, and it has aimbot and box ESP. So I just shut off the box ESP, and I'm using the ESP from engine owning here. And now I have aimbot with visuals. So you can see there are the visuals right there, right? And then if I want to, I'm just going to make this super blatant for testing purposes. You can see that, you know, we now have visuals and aimbot. This definitely works, and this could be a method that you'd use if you really like the engine owning ESP. In my opinion, it's not really worth the price, but it's up to you guys in the end. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys. You will like the video. You will subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will comment down for the algorithm. You will do all these things.